We have all felt that overwhelming sense of being helpless against office politics. But completely opting out of the game does not make you noble. It just leaves you powerless and ultimately miserable. For over 3,000 years, the most successful leaders have operated like players in an aristocratic court. Today, we are going to extract the core strategies from the 48 laws of power and apply them directly to your career. Grab a pen, write down one specific goal you want to achieve this quarter: a promotion, a project approval, or just more autonomy. We are going to build a 4-step playbook to navigate your corporate structure and secure that goal. Brute force and overt demands rarely work. To get what you want, you have to trade aggression for the velvet glove, adopting the indirect, subtle maneuvers of a strategic courtier. Step 1 is to map your master. In a modern context, that means your direct manager. This page outlines the strict rules of engagement. Establish 2 absolute rules. Never criticize them directly, and maintain a clear professional distance. If your boss acts like a friend, do not fall into the trap of treating them like a peer. Casual bluntness invites risk. Instead, frame your feedback so they discover the correct path themselves. Managers want highly competent subordinates, not buddies. By protecting their ego and communicating indirectly, you build the trust required to expand your own influence. Step 2 is establishing yourself as the linchpin. The text here on Law 11 outlines a simple reality: necessity rules the world. You must make your manager depend on your specific services. Look at your team's workflow and find one highly valuable task no one owns, or a tedious process your boss hates. Write down that you will volunteer to master it. Once you take complete ownership of that process, you weave yourself into the fabric of your boss's daily success. Removing you, or ignoring your requests, suddenly becomes difficult and highly disruptive for them. Complete independence is a myth in the workplace. Leverage comes from engineering a dynamic where the person in charge relies on your skill set to function. Step 3 is the demonstration strategy. The text for Law 9 details the story of a Roman military engineer who correctly argued logic against his commander's orders. He was executed for his insolence. Look back at the goal you wrote down. Next to it, define exactly how you can show your idea working in the real world, rather than trying to explain it in a meeting. Build a quick prototype, run a small test case, and gather the data. Bring that physical proof to the table and let the results speak for themselves. Arguing triggers defensive egos, but an undeniable, successful demonstration bypasses the debate entirely and forces agreement without you ever having to raise your voice. Step 4 is the envy deflector. As you make yourself indispensable and rack up visible wins, your peers will notice, and they will become a threat. Envy is a silent poison. It disguises itself as excessive praise from colleagues, an attempt to set you up for a highly public fall. To counter this, script your humility response right now. Draft a simple, reliable phrase that attributes your recent success to good timing or the hard work of the team. Keep it believable. An overly dramatic display of false modesty is easy to spot and only makes things worse. The deflection has to feel like a genuine acknowledgement of the group. By consistently passing the credit to others, you lower your status threat. Securing your quarterly goal is useless if you accidentally cultivate enemies who will sabotage your next move. You now have 4 actionable steps to map out egos, create real leverage, prove your points with evidence, and deflect the inevitable backlash. You do not have to be a victim of the corporate hierarchy anymore. By applying these rules, you step out of the reactive cycle and become the one actively shaping the outcomes. Take step 3 into your very next team meeting. Stop arguing for your ideas, bring a demonstration instead, and watch how quickly the entire dynamic shifts in your favor.